New York is about people living next to each other. And if you play an instrument, a musical instrument, you're going to have to be open to the fact that your neighbors might have to go to work while you want to practice your instrument, right? And that's always been a big, big problem to me, yeah? So anyway, I was living down on Grand Street, on the Lower East Side, by the way, and the same situation was obtained. You know, people living in the apartment over me. And I had a problem because, as I said, I'm a very sensitive person, okay? I don't like to bother people. And, you know, I don't like to cause people discomfort. And, of course, that was basically the problem. So I happened to be walking one day, and I was walking in the neighborhood of Delancey Street, right? And it was, so I was walking. I was walking sort of up towards the bridge that goes over to Brooklyn. And I saw the steps leading up to the bridge, and I just, you know, I thought, I hadn't really thought about it before, so I walked over. I walked up the steps, and there in front of me was this big expanse of the bridge, right? And just, wow, there were trains coming by, automobile traffic, and below them was the river. And there were boats coming up and down the East River. And it occurred to me that this would be the perfect place for me to bring my horn and practice in perfect peace. I wouldn't be disturbing anybody, and I could blow as long as I wanted, as hard as I wanted, you know. And I had basically taken a sabbatical at that time. So I'd go up there day and night, and I'd, you know, nobody'd bother you. New York is a very cosmopolitan town. People walk by, they hear somebody playing saxophone, they don't even give a hoot, they just keep going by. So let's see, you know, so okay. So I'd be there, and I took my friends up there sometimes. And it was just a gift from heaven, yeah. And I stayed up on that bridge until being discovered up there by a jazz writer who happened to be living in Brooklyn and was walking across the bridge, and he knew that I was on sabbatical and had disappeared from the music scene. So he wrote this story. And the news got out, oh, Sonny's on the bridge. And it actually, you know what, it turned out to be a very romantic story. This lone musician on the bridge with the New York skyline and the boats going underneath. And sometimes I'd blow my horn at the boats, and they'd blow it back at me, yeah? It was really magical. But eventually, you know, I had to come back to work. But, you know, I still went there to practice. And man, I'm telling you, that was a really high point in my life. I mean, I'm eternally grateful for my whole career. I'm grateful that I'm paid to make art, to play my saxophone. I'm grateful that I'm able to make a living and make beautiful music. And by the way, I had a nook in the bridge where I couldn't be seen at all. Cars that go by and trains. So if they heard me, they couldn't see me. So it was just a perfectly private spot. And that's my bridge story. Thank you. Kirk Knuffke and Nick Lyons.